guys, and welcome back to the Finding Shiro podcast. I am Shiro and we are finding her. Yes, that's what we do on this channel. We unpack every single way we can find this girl back, how we can create the life that she wants to live. Okay, so if this is your first time here, kindly do take the time to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to give you a few seconds to go in and subscribe. While you're there, kindly tap on the notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a video. I upload weekly videos. Every Wednesday you can expect to see a video or to find a video from me. Yeah, depending on where you are in the world, it's gonna show up at different times. So every Wednesday you can expect to see a video from me. Thank you for taking your time to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. So let's get into this video. So this video, as the title says, it's kind of a story time of a traumatic experience that happened to me on the way to the airport on the day of my departure for my surgery to Turkey. I have really sat on this. I prayed about it, and I am at a place where I want to share it before I share the video of my trip to Turkey and all that. I kind of wanted to get in and post this video because I think it's very important. It's an important part of the process, and I have made it a goal of mine to be as transparent as possible in this journey, during this journey, so to put out everything that I experience and anything that I feel is relevant, in this journey. I'll put it out here for you to know what to expect in case you're going through this journey, and especially if you're an emotional eater. Yeah, so this video is going to be a bit different because I am going to put in some clips of me telling you what happened, and this is on the day that I was traveling from Denmark to Turkey. That day at the airport, I made a little video about it, and those are the clips that you're gonna see here next. And then after that, I'm going to come back and tell you where I'm at 14 days after. Today is actually 14 days after my surgery, so yay! 2 weeks after my surgery. I'm doing really well. I've lost 8 kilos. Just talked to my surgeon and my just talked to my surgeon and my nutritionist, and they are well pleased as I am with the results. So yeah, let's get into these clips, and then I'll see you at the end of this video where I'm gonna just kind of summarize where I'm at, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Happy viewing. So something traumatic happened while I was on the train coming to the airport, and my reaction has got me wondering. So this very drunk guy came on and sat next to me. The train was a bit full, and so he just came and sat next to me. I didn't have a problem with him sitting next to me, but then he kind of started to like wedge into me and to like touch me, touch my arm, like that, and I pulled away and I told him to stop, and then he kind of edged me with an elbow, and then he started like rubbing his thigh on like my thigh, and I kind of moved because I was in the corner. I kind of moved and I told him to stop, and the guy opposite said to me, I told him to stop, and this guy just flew off the handle. You guys, this guy flew off the handle and wanted to start beating this other guy who was trying to protect me. And oh my gosh, guys, my reaction was, I don't know, I started crying. I just started crying and just like sobbing and shaking, and which is very unlike me because I stand up for myself in situations like this, but that's not what
what happened, I was just like shaking and crying and like, completely powerless because this guy was blocking the way, so I couldn't run, I couldn't get away. Oh my god, oh my god. But then I'm now realizing that it's actually talk about this process. I would probably have like been looking for food now, but I can't eat. My last meal was at 3 o'clock, and I can't eat anything else. So I just need to drink water and stuff like that. So I would have been like looking for food right now, but I but I can't do that, and I think that's also why I reacted that way, because that little blanket that I could have told myself, okay, I'm gonna go get, I can't get. That's interesting. That's very interesting. This is the first time that has happened to me. Like that reaction. It's not the first time it's happened to me. It's happened to me before, sadly, and I've been able to like deal with it very differently. So I think it has something to do with the fact that I can't eat. I think so. I think so. Um, but let's wait and see. But yeah, we are at the airport. We are waiting to get checked in, and I guess I'll see you later once we drop the baggage and done all that good stuff. Right. See you. So I finally made it through baggage drop, and now I think I need a few minutes to collect myself, because I'm still reeling from sorry I'm still reeling from that reaction. I'm still reeling from that reaction. It's not it's not a reaction that I would do normally. It's not my normal go-to reaction. But I've also noticed I have been becoming softer, um, as through this process. I have become softer. I know that before I would not have allowed the gentleman that was across me, that was seated across me, to defend me. I would have beat him to the punch. I would have, like I would have already started, being like told this guy off. But I was very soft when I said, not soft in like in a fearful way, but uh, I was not like shouting. I was not like, I just told him, please kindly stop doing that. Um, and then when he did that again, I told him, I just asked you to stop touching me. And and he just continued doing that. And the gentleman across from me, had noticed it right from the start, actually, and then looked at him, and for a minute they had like a staring competition there, where they were looking at each other, and this guy was like, what is she going to do? And he was just looking at him. um, and then it just escalated so quickly. But I think I think now that I've had time to think about it, and I haven't had that much time, but I've had a bit of time. um, I think a lot is coming out, and I've noticed that a lot has been coming out because, from the way that I reacted with food, the way I would use food as my shield. I have been through unfortunate experiences. That's what I'll say for now. Um, and I think that powerlessness, that the way he stood and was shouting at the other man, and like being very aggressive, and was hitting the other guy, hitting his feet, not really throwing blows, but was hitting at his feet, and all that. The way he was doing all that just got me. I just found myself shaking, and recollecting a very traumatic experience that has happened to me before. Uh, yeah, and I think I went to that place. I think when you take away that blanket, that 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 comforting blanket, that thing that you use as a to soothe you and to calm you. I think when you take that out away, you start feeling a lot. And I was very overwhelmed. I was very, very overwhelmed at that time. I was so overwhelmed. I just broke down and was crying. I was shaking. Um, and in the midst of that shouting, and because now at this point they had stood, or rather the gentleman had also stood, because this guy was had been standing over him, and kicking his feet, and like you know daring him to do something. And someone came, another guy came from behind, and took a hold of the other guy, of the jackass, and told him to sit down, and 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 uh, and then he saw that I was there and I was just shaking, and he said, "Can you're going to move from this place right now?" And he refused to move, so they pushed him aside, and kind of got me out of that corner, and some ladies which was just seated across, they just came and took me and put me on the side. It was very interesting, because I know before I would have been the person doing that for someone, but I don't know if I would have allowed them to do it for me, and that I allowed them to do it is it's very freeing. It's it's very freeing. It's very freeing because I don't have to carry. I think I'm just realizing that I don't have to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I don't have to be ready to protect myself. I don't need to be in a fight mode all the time. That even if unfortunate things happen around me and to me, that God has put a community around me and has placed people around me to walk with me in that journey. And I don't have to be so hard. I don't have to be so tough. That's that's how I feel. Relief. Uh, this was supposed to be a video that shows you guys my trip to Turkey, and here we are, um, talking about deep stuff. But I realize that it is part of the process, and I have chosen. I could have chosen not to do this. I could have chosen not to tell you guys about this, and I considered it. But I have also decided, and I've chosen, and I've made it my purpose to be as transparent as possible, um, especially for anyone who is an emotional eater, and you have used food, or you use food as a shield. That if you decide to take this journey, that even before you get to the surgery day, that a lot would have changed for you emotionally, physically, mentally, and that I kind of want you to know what to expect. I didn't expect this. I did not expect this at all. I know I've said it. I said in the video where I was talking about the things that I think have changed since I decided to get the sleeve. I said I've started being kinder with myself, and I think that kindness is the one that kind of flew over for me. Um, Feeling compassion for myself, regardless, not pity, but compassion for myself, that I was being abused by a person seated next to me like that, um, but also that the kindness of a stranger, that a man was willing get blows in a country where people mostly look away. A man was willing to get blows and to stand up for me when he noticed that my boundaries were being pushed and somebody was being disrespectful. That that kindness, that kindness really is overwhelming for me right now. It feels very, oh, it feels like I, it feels like taking a big gulp of water, a big sip of water, and then when you're trying to swallow it, it kind of almost chokes you. That's what it feels like. Uh, it's not a bad feeling, but it's heavy. It's a very heavy feeling. I think I'm gonna talk to my. I'm gonna see if my therapist is online, and I'm gonna talk to them about about this because I can feel that there is a little bit of this stuff that I need to unpack. Yeah. So see you at some point, and thank you for staying here.
So guys, you have seen and heard what happened, and I have had a lot of time now than I had then to think about it, to process it, to journal about it, to process it with my therapist, with my life coach friend, um, and I think some of the things that were very apparent to me even in that clip are still the same. Is still where I am at right now, in the realization that for example, the fact that I couldn't eat also, I couldn't rush to find some food to eat, to comfort, to self-soothe, um, and knowing that I couldn't eat from that point on, I could I couldn't eat. So knowing that I can't get off this train and go and find something to self-soothe, some food to self-soothe with. Um, that realization is also what made the my reaction to what was happening um, that much bigger, I think, and that much explosive. That's that much more explosive. Excuse me, I just ate. So that much more explosive. Um, I think also another thing that I realize now is that, and I remember, is that I did not start crying when he was touching and when he was doing all that. My crying began, my crying and my shaking and that expression, that outward expression was started happening when he started assaulting the other man. That's when that started for me, uh, and I did feel very powerless at that time. I like I've said in the video, I felt very powerless, but having unpacked it for a few weeks and also having talked to my therapist and my life coach friend, I now understand that a lot of it was also rooted in the fact that someone came to my rescue. Someone was coming to my rescue. I did not need to take care of this big bad wolf. Somebody was taking the blows for me. And for someone like me who has had to be the strong one, for someone like me who's always had to fight for every little thing, every single thing, someone like me who is who's a recovering hyper independent person, that was very, very overwhelming, and the realization that someone was coming to my rescue, and the relief. It's a relief. That relief of, I don't have to think about this. I don't have to. Somebody is taking the blows for me. Somebody is taking care of this for me. I don't have to do it. I don't have to. I can be soft. I can just let somebody else handle this, because it wouldn't give me any better results if I was handling it, you know. And the feeling of I am worth it. I am worth somebody standing up to me. Oh, I'm worth somebody standing up for me. That feeling was just overwhelming. So now I understand, looking back, that my reaction was not because, oh, I was scared, or because I felt powerless to say. I think I now know, and I believe, after so much unpacking, that it was the kindness of that stranger that overwhelmed me. It was the hyper independent me allowing someone to do something for me, to cover me. It was me allowing someone, and yeah, allowing someone to take the blues for me, to help me. And that felt very overwhelming, that it came out physically, because that was the first time that a huge thing like that was happening, and I was allowing someone to come to my rescue. I think that this process is the most therapeutic thing I have ever done in my entire life. And also, I'm gonna do a video, and I say that I'm gonna do a video about boundaries, and how I feel that this process has enhanced my boundaries and helped me reinforce them. Because there's also boundary work here, in the sense that I was able to demarcate and communicate my boundaries with this jackass and tell him, hey, do not touch me, do not, I was able to do that, and not in a timid way. I was able to clearly communicate that, but also realizing that him blowing up and him doing that was not anything on me to take responsibility of. That was his responsibility. That was on his side of the fence, had nothing to do with me. However he chose to react to me saying no, however he chose to react to this other guy who was protecting me and who was standing up for me, however he chose, it had nothing to do with me. It was out of my bounds, out of my boundaries. And what a beautiful thing that is. What a beautiful thing that is. So if you are thinking about, if you are an emotional eater and you are thinking about getting a gastric sleeve, or getting a gastric balloon, or getting a bypass, getting any bariatric surgery, I will suggest, highly suggest, that you get a therapist first and foremost. This is not a quick fix. Do not be quick about getting under the knife. Please take the time that you need, and that will vary from person to person. So take the time that you need, to the point where you say, okay, now I'm ready. But also be aware that emotional things are going to be happening, because this is an emotional decision. You might think that it is, oh, a logical decision. It's not. It's an emotional decision, because you're going to be actually telling yourself that no, you cannot find comfort in the thing that you've been having comfort in. You're taking away your soothing blanket from yourself, which is food, and you will feel it. You will feel it. It will show up. It will come out. So be patient with yourself. Extend a lot of grace to yourself. The reason I suggest a therapist is because they help you unpack these things. So find a therapist. Talk to a therapist as you go through this process. It's going to help you so much. So much, to get clarity about what is happening, so that you don't keep falling back into the trap of self-soothing with food. Okay? Yes. So those are the remarks I have here 14 days later. I don't want this video to be too long. It's probably too long. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching this video. Kindly let me know what you think. I'd really like to start engaging with you guys in the comment section, so kindly let me know what you think. If you have questions, ask them. If you have a comment, kindly leave it down there. Also remember to like this video so that I know that you like this kind of video, so I'm able to continue making this kind of videos. And also share this video with anybody that you think this video will bring value to. Thank you. As always, love, light, and God's peace. I love you guys. Until next time, kwaheri.